Hey everyone, it's Nick. Welcome back to Cruise Info HQ. With 2024 wrapping up, we finally got the official list of the 9 dirtiest cruise ships of 2024, according to the CDC. And trust me, you won't believe which one tops the list. The CDC carries out dozens of surprise inspections on cruise ships throughout the year, ensuring they consistently meet very strict health standards. Incredibly, only one ship out of 151 inspections failed this year. And what ship it is and their score is a total shock. So stick around as we uncover what cruise ships you might want to avoid the next time you set sail. First up, as the 9th dirtiest cruise ship of 2024, we have the Carnival Elation. This fantasy class ship has been in service since 1998, carries around 2,100 guests, and primarily sails to the Bahamas and the Caribbean. Base fares often start around $400 for a 5-night trip, so this is definitely one of the more budget ships. Back in March, it scored an 89 during its inspection, with violations including improper food handling and maintenance issues. Now, with the age and the price range of this ship, I'm sure this one isn't really much of a surprise to anyone. And next up at number 8 is Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas. This is a Voyager-class ship launched in 2001 and accommodates over 3,100 passengers. It mostly offers your typical Caribbean itineraries, with base fares starting around $600 to $700 for a 6-day trip. Back in January, they also scored an 89, with inspectors noting lapses in cleaning procedures and equipment maintenance, which tends to be an issue among these older ships, similar to the Carnival Elation. Now at number 7 is a little bit of a surprise. We have from Lindblad Expeditions, the National Geographic Seabird. This is an intimate vessel hosting only 62 guests, ideal for exploring remote coastal areas. Typical routes include Alaska and the Pacific Northwest, with fares often exceeding over $3,000. Due to the specialized nature of the expeditions. In July, they received a score of 88, with issues including inadequate pest control and food safety concerns. For a high-end line with such a great reputation, a score this low is definitely unexpected. And coming in at number 6 is, surprise, another Carnival ship, the Carnival Miracle. Now this is a Spirit-class vessel that entered service in 2004. Carrying approximately 2,100 passengers. It offers voyages to destinations like the Caribbean, Alaska, and the Mediterranean, with base fares starting around $500 for 5 nights. In April, they scored an 88, with violations ranging from poor galley maintenance to improper storage of utensils. And sadly, this won't be the last of Carnival you see on this list. And coming up at number 5 is the MSC Magnifica. This vessel was launched in 2010 and is a Musica-class ship, accommodating up to 2,500 guests. It sails various European and South American itineraries, with base fares starting around $500 to $700 depending on the route. In May, they received a score of 86, with inspectors noting issues with food storage temperatures and general cleanliness. At number 4 is another bit of a surprise. This one's the Envrima from the Ritz-Carlton Yacht Collection. This is a high-end luxury yacht accommodating up to 298 guests, offering some unique itineraries in the Mediterranean and Caribbean that you can't reach with larger ships. And this is just a stunning ship. I love the look of this one. The black hull and the white superstructure really gives it a feel of that classic luxury. With suites starting at several $1,000s for a 6-night trip, it promises an exclusive experience. However, back in June, they scored an 86, just 1 point away from a failure, with violations including flies in the kitchens and unclean whirlpools. Certainly not what you'd expect from Ritz-Carlton. Now, unfortunately, for all my Carnival fans out there, we've got the 3rd Carnival ship on this list, the Carnival Breeze. This is a Dream-class ship introduced in 2012 and carries about 3,600 passengers. It offers Caribbean cruises with base fares starting around $450. In February, they scored an 86, with noted deficiencies in areas like food safety and equipment maintenance. And there, Carnival ends up with 3 ships on this list, also being the only cruise line with multiple ships on the list. And to my fans of Carnival out there, I know there's a lot of fans of Carnival and a lot of haters of Carnival at the same time. So what do you guys make of this? Is this kind of a surprise to you? Are you not really surprised? It's kind of what you expect from Carnival? Let me know in the comments down below. And coming in at number 2 is the Caribbean Princess. This is a Grand Class ship launched in 2004 and accommodates over 3,100 guests. It sails to destinations including the Caribbean and Canada and New England, with base fares starting around $700. In March, it received a score of 86, with inspectors citing issues such as improper sanitation practices. Now, we were actually thinking about booking a sailing on the Caribbean Princess back in March, but ended up kind of last minute going with the Sky Princess instead, and pretty glad we did that now. It seems like we dodged a little bit of a bullet. And finally, the dirtiest cruise ship of 2024 is the Hanseatic Inspiration from Hapag-Lloyd Cruises. What? This is a luxury expedition vessel, just launched in only 2019, so it's practically brand new still. It's designed for polar and tropical regions, accommodating up to 230 passengers. Now, just a few months ago, back in September, they scored a shockingly low score of only 62 to make them the only failure for all cruise ships in 2024. Inspectors reported finding maggots and insects near the pool bar and food stored at improper temperatures. The CDC typically conducts a follow-up inspection to ensure the ship addresses the violations before anything harsher. And by October, the ship had improved to a score of 89, which was enough to pass the CDC requirements, but I'm sure it's still well below the expectations of Hapag-Lloyd Cruises, because this new score would still land them in the number 9 spot on the dirtiest cruises of 2024. Now, while reading some of these scores and some of these inspections can be a little bit concerning, it's important to note a vast majority of these inspections go with smooth sailing. Now, out of 151 inspections conducted in 2024, only the 1 failed, and only the 9 on our list scored below a 90. So 94% of inspections passed with flying colors. Even more amazing, this year, 30 ships passed their inspection with a perfect score of 100 out of 100. If you're planning a cruise, consider checking the CDC's Vessel Sanitation Program scores to make an informed choice. Thanks for watching, and happy cruising.